Hey there, legends. Warne here, coach of the Warne Dawgs, with another look at my team. This time it's ahead of round 10. A couple of weeks away from the buys now, so that's a little bit of my thinking, with which is what's coming along. So we'll take a little bit of a look at what's going on here. This is my team with some trades made, so we'll just go straight into that. This is me going with Setterfield, who is out injured with that foot injury. I can get to Zach Merritt. I can do that with, well, a little downgrade from Lockie Cowan to George Wardlaw. That leaves me 50. I didn't even have to do that because I had cash in the bank. So, yeah, I had enough cash to do the move from Setterfield to Merritt anyway. So it means that there's probably some other options that I could have had, even doing the Cowan to Wardlaw move. But I just love the Bombers' run. So if you haven't had a look at that yet, well, where are we? If I click on a Zach Merritt, these are all teams that. Oh, whoops! On the fixture stats, Calvinator has got all green on, especially the first three there in Richmond, West Coast, and North Melbourne. So they should all be pretty decent games for him. Even Carlton, who aren't their best at the moment. So that's something that that's the reason why I'm going there. The round 14 buy, that works for me. So if I go back now and have a look at that. So this is how my buys are structured up. So if you don't have the buy detector, you can get the Fantasy Coach subscription, which actually helps you out with that. The nice color coding, but the best part of it is being able to switch things on and off. So there, I'd be able to field 6 defenders if I don't make any trades from now on, obviously. 8 midfielders, I'd have my 1 ruck there, and I'd be able to field... what's that for? 5 forwards, so that's pretty good there. Round 13, obviously, will be quite strong because I'm only losing Stuart, Fiorini, Atkins at this point in my side. Then it starts getting a little bit trickier in round 14. I've got a few missing there, as you'll be able to see. And finally, round 15, where for a lot of coaches it's going to be a little bit tighter. But as you might look at mine, it's a pretty decent spread, and this is the other part of my side at the moment. If I flick the buy detector off, easy to see. My side is starting to get some green dots. Chesser might be sub this week, I'm not sure, but he will be in there hopefully soon. Chincotter's a worry. That's something that is definitely in some trade thoughts of mine. So these trades at the moment, they're not totally locked at all for me. The ones I said on the video last night are still a chance. They're in play, and that's basically Setterfield to Merritt, but that would be then getting rid of and missing George Wardlaw for this week and get him next week. That would be getting my boy Hobbsy in as an option on the fantasy fill up. I write a bit about that, so go and check that out on dreamteamtalk.com for some extra info and some of my thought patterns around that and how that's working. But the other move could be a Chincotta out rather than Cowan. I'm not sure exactly how that works. So I already picked up last week Fleeton. So I did also write in the fantasy fill up about the Harry Sharp versus George Wardlaw move. So Wardlaw, I've just chosen there because I think I'm only getting one of them, and that buy is better. Like that run to the buy now, he's got 5 weeks out of Wardlaw. That's going to be a good thing, and I just worry about Sharp's job security, despite the fact it's better than what I thought it might have been, at least this time last week, and even earlier this week. It does look a lot better. So that's something that I am. Yeah, I won't say I'm torn. Sharp is still a very good option. I just like Wardlaw better. So that's where I'm at with that. So they're the main talking points out of that. We've seen the buys and how that looks. That's got to be part of your thinking, how that works. So at the moment, I'm going Errol as my VC, into Rowan Marshall as my captain. Now, there is a few concerns there with Rowan Marshall. Now, the only concern with this as well, sorry, I should probably flag this as well, is that unless I get confirmation that Chess is not going to be the sub, I might be without a loop-de-doop person, which that's a little bit of a worry at times because I do like to use that, and I think it would be important to have that option as we go through. So yeah, that's going to be part of my thinking this afternoon. Still got a few hours to think about it. The 5 o'clock teams will give you a little bit more clarity because one little concern could be that Stocker may not make that squad in the end. So I'm not. I think he should be right, but that could force my hand in a move there, or something else. I'm not sure what it could be. It might be that Chin Cotter goes just because he's got a few more dollars on his head than Cowan, for example. So we'll see how that all looks and works out at that time. And I'll be nice and open and tweet it out. I'll get the information out there, which is something that Roy and Cow don't do. They like to fire me with different things. So we'll see what happens there. The other little watch on the 5 o'clock teams is the Matt Kennedy. What's going to go on there? So I think he should play, but I'm not going to be rude and say, oh, it'd be funny if he doesn't, for Roy's sake. No, I wouldn't ever say that and wouldn't even think about that. But anyway, we'll see how that looks and see what these 5 o'clock teams look like. So you can stay tuned, obviously, to all the main places there. If there's any big key things, we'll have that on social media as well. So good luck with your trades. Good luck with what you're going to do. It is an interesting round of trading. It's most people are probably going to get a rookie in, and whether that is your Sharp or Wardlaw, or if you're going right down and you might be looking at a fleet. But there are a couple of other options there, and I did mention these guys and flag them in the fantasy fill-up as well. You might go like a Humphrey. If you need to play them on field, I don't mind that, especially with that round 13 bye as well. And then the other one similar to that is Nevitt, who a few people have flagged and don't mind because that's an opportunity thing as well. But I don't know. I'm interested to see. Let me know in the comments on YouTube or over on the Fantasy Fill-Up article what you're doing, what your trades are going to be. It's going to be super interesting because there is quite a spread of them this week when you do actually click on the Stats Center and see what people are doing. So, Coach's Choice, we've got at the top there, Sharp and Wardlaw, but then there's just a real mix of players. Like there's quite a few in the thousands of moves. So people are going in lots of different directions, which is great. I think that's what's good about the game, and we'll see that definitely over the buys as well. So good luck this week. Thanks for tuning in again. It's always fun doing these videos and also doing the fantasy fill-up. Hopefully my team can improve that rank, especially over the buys. Got some exciting things coming, so if you're a Patreon member, all the great content that is there will continue. We are going to try to do a Friday night footy on the couch, just dribbling some rubbish, watching the game. So that will be a live stream type thing for our Patreon, which is cool. And another little thing that we'll announce next week, which has been going for our Patreon members, but we're going to open something up for the public for the back half of this season. So stay tuned for that. All right, you superstars, thanks so much for being part of everything that we do. And if you haven't listened to the podcast, go and do that. All those things there. But the Friday Fantasy Fill-Up has everything and all the links to things that you need. So, yeah, good luck for this weekend. And g'day to all the Brisbane legends we saw last weekend. Still recovering. My voice still isn't great. Roy's is still bad. But, yeah, I have still got some sleep to catch up on this weekend because we had way too many cans, pints, everything, shots. Top shelf. Not good. All right. Thanks, team. Talk to you later.